Welcome back to the Pam and Peggy Show. I'm here with Jason Knibbs from the Travel Trade Guy. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's very interesting what you do. So, Travel Trade Guy, do you want to explain what it is that you do for businesses?
Sure.
Or?
Yeah, my background has been tourism for the last 20 years in British Columbia. And I assist with local businesses, destinations, communities, get their tourism program up and running.
So for small communities or small businesses, anybody?
Both, anybody. Yeah, I work with communities in Northwest Territories. I've worked with small businesses in British Columbia, and now I'm working here in Alberta now.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. I contact you, I have a service I want to offer through tourism.
Yep.
How does it work?
Yeah, well, you can contact me. We sit down. We look at what you want. I look at your pricing plans to see if it's consistent. See if your pricing levels are where the market is interested in. I also work with Tourism Medicine Hat, so probably that's the best resource a new business can have if they're interested in looking at the visitor coming to their place of business, is working with us at Tourism Medicine Hat. We've got the info center where we can to send people to. I help you get your brochure or your rack card up and running and placed in hotels in the info center as well. And then we can go beyond Medicine Hat if you're really interested in that.
So how far places have you worked with?
The farthest away is a small community in Northwest Territories called Delaney. It's a small community of 600 people right on the banks of the Great Bear Lake. So they're isolated, they're all on their own, but they've built this fishing lodge, this 12-room fishing lodge, and they really didn't know what to do with it or what the next steps were to be. So the Northwest Territories government, through various contacts, I have contacted myself and a business partner, and we did a business plan for them. We got their website up and running, their social media, brochures, and we got them into contact with the Tourism Yellowknife, Tourism Northwest Territories, the Canadian Tourism Commission, so that everybody knows that they're there, they're up and running, and they're ready to take visitors.
Okay, so is this only Canadian based or is it right across Canada?
No, it's right across Canada. It's international. We work with tour groups in the UK, in Germany, in the States, and in Canada. I think for Medicine Hat, the Alberta market is the most important market for anybody who's looking to start tourism in Medicine Hat.
Okay, so is there some trade up too? Do you have like the people, if I want to go to another place, do they also do that kind of thing where I can go to their place, Germany, or something, they can come here? Or?
No, I focus generally, it's called inbound tourism. So it's people coming to Alberta, to Medicine Hat, and looking for things to see and do.
Okay, so it's kind of like if somebody wants to showcase whatever they have here in Medicine Hat, like street art works,
Yeah.
if they wanted to showcase something like that, they would come to you, we'd get the brochure set up,
Yeah.
and then people were able to find that. How would people find these places then? Through brochures and online?
Exactly, through online, through Tourism Medicine Hat, through our contacts with Travel Alberta, and in their extended contacts beyond their reach.
Okay, so I guess I'm curious, what made you start doing this? How did you start?
Yeah, I kind of fell into it. I grew up here. I went to high school here in Medicine Hat, and then I left to go to University of Victoria, moved to Vancouver, and just kind of fell into it. My first job was with a boat tour company in Vancouver, so I was responsible for selling dinner cruises and corporate cruises in and around the Vancouver area. So it's not really, tourism wasn't really my calling or something I wanted to do. It was something I fell into. But once I was in, I just found an absolute love of it. And I love traveling myself, so I can always put myself in the minds of the visitor, what they would want to do when they come to a certain destination, like Medicine Hat.
So when you go across Alberta and you get these places, do you visit all of them then and go check them out?
Yeah, definitely try to. I mean, that's a great thing with technology today. You don't really have to be in one location in order to work with a client. Again, we've got clients all over BC and the Northwest Territories. Right from here in Medicine Hat is where I can service them.
So what are some of the unique places that you've been to?
Personally or just as part of my job?
Either.
Yeah, I've been to Europe, has been great. Central America is amazing, especially a place like Costa Rica is a place that a lot of Albertans could really look to, as far as they've got their ecotourism program down, really well done. They've got everybody in town is dialed in. When they have a product there, the whole town supports it, from the hotels to the taxi drivers to the restaurants. to the gas stations. Everybody knows that they're in tourism when you're down at some of these smaller places in a place like Costa Rica. So it's really good lessons for Medicine Hat is that everyone's in tourism, whether they know it or not. Everyone's in tourism. You know, gas station, again, a taxi driver. Anyone who has first contact, you know, with a visitor from outside of town, they're in tourism. So that's part of my job and part of Tourism Medicine Hat's job is to let them know that, hey guys, you know, you're in tourism and this is how we can help you service the guest.
Yeah, that's a great idea to get everybody on board, and people come in, they'd feel that vibe even,
Yeah.
that people know what's going on.
Yeah.
So what about small places around Alberta here? What's been unique?
Yeah, you know what? I think Medicine Hat is changing a lot. And there's some really exciting things going on. We just had the Chalk Festival,
Yes.
you know, right now, which is in its first year, and it's only going to get bigger. That's a great draw for tourism. And tourism doesn't have to be across the country. It doesn't have to be overseas. It can just draw from the local market, which is, you know, southwestern Saskatchewan, even, you know, Montana, which is where, you know, I'd like to see us grow our visitation from the Havre Great Falls area, and even, you know, from Lethbridge and down the corridor there. So it really doesn't have to be that far. It can be as close in, but that's who we want to draw and bring into town.
Well, that's great. Very interesting. Well, thank you, Jason. And if you want more information, you can just look up the Travel Trade Guide, Jason Knibbs.